cash collected per month.
It was around 20-25.
In 90 days, where do we want to be?
Around 50K.
We've got two different businesses running here. Problem, I've had it myself where the scope with a client just gets to the point where it's like not really kind of what we're best at. And then that split focus can kill you. As an operator, if you're not running paid ads, you just are completely screwed. This like ascension process could easily make you 100K just from the warm bodies that you have.
Sort of the thing that's been blocking me. And also it's a thing of being busy rather than being productive.
These 5 clients have come like basically in the past couple of months. To get to 50K a month, where do we need to be at in terms of number of clients? More, right?
No, ideally I want to.
Alrighty, so today we're here in Marbella with my client Fardid in person. We're going to do a little in-person scaling roadmap, going over his current clients, where he is right now, what he's got going on in terms of acquiring clients, content, and scaling as a growth operator, as an agency that runs kind of the rev share model. So we're going to start off on the iPad. Fardid, first of all, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Fardid from UK. And I've been growth hopping for the past year and a half. Right now, we're servicing around 4 to 5 clients. And with the help of Louis, was able to scale it even further. So, yeah.
Righty. So, cash collected per month. Let's talk about last month when you had the influx of clients. Now, this isn't consistent. I want to make it very clear to the camera.
Yeah.
How much about are we at?
It was around 20-25 around.
20 to 25. Right. Let's get the pen out. So, about 20 to 25. And in terms of consistency, in 90 days, where do we want to be?
Around 50K.
50K consistently, and I think we're talking in USD here. So, active clients, how many?
5.
5. So that is a lot of clients paying, a decent amount of money, but not a crazy amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of right now, how much content are you producing? I think it's next to zero.
Yeah, it's
right?
next to zero.
This is one of the first pieces of content.
Yeah.
And team size is you and one other?
One other, and we have 2 other reps under us as well.
As in like sales reps?
Yeah. So,
okay,
reps. Yep.
So team size, I would say that's 2.
Yeah,
you
and my partner,
else,
yeah.
Which is fine at this level, but we can talk about scaling as scaling with team.
Yeah.
So let's go. You've got 5 clients, which is quite a lot. So first client.
Yeah, B2B consulting client.
Okay, so B2B consulting, and this is like consulting is in like McKinsey, there's kind of very high level corporate stuff. Helping people get into that and progress in that into C-suite, whatever that looks like. I believe it was a 3K GBP setup fee, no retainer?
No retainer, no.
And what's the rev share percentage with those?
15%.
15. So, and also how many hours a week are you?
Yeah, that's probably taken around 15 to 20 hours a week.
15 to 20 hours a week. So interesting. And that rev share, they're doing about 30 grand a month MRR.
Yeah, so we took that from 13K MRR to around like 40 to 50K.
Wow.
So yeah.
And how much is the offer doing in total at the moment?
They're doing 30K MRR at the moment.
So 30K MRR taken from 13. So 13, 30K,
Yeah.
You've added a lot of money to their business MRR. So you're taking 5K a month from that.
Yeah.
Pretty good alongside the setup fee. But this is actually a low ticket MRR.
Mm-hmm.
So how is the like we can go into that after in terms of like where they can scale.
Sure.
Let's go through the clients first. Let's go.
Second, we have recruitment.
Yeah, but that is kind of being.
Yeah, that's a client being offboarded at the moment.
So so this was last month that you got.
Yep.
4K.
That was
but there's some issues there. We'll talk about that, and then we have what else?
We have a fashion client.
Yep.
That's like high level.
Like fashion, high level consult, like
fashion career.
Fashion career.
Yeah.
It's like get into fashion.
Yeah, get into fashion. Yeah, exactly.
Chanel, all these companies.
Yeah.
And how was it up front? Was
4K up front.
4K GBP?
Yep.
Wow.
And 1K retainer plus negotiating a 10% rev share.
10%, like we'll get into this.
Yeah.
And hours a week?
5 hours a week, to be honest.
Not
yeah.
even that much.
Not that much.
Okay, and then
client number 4 is a B2B digital marketing agency where we're doing sales management.
So you're doing sales management. So you'll notice a pattern that there are lots of different services being offered in this. Upfront,
5K USD.
5K USD, interesting. And
1.6K per month per rep.
Per rep that you manage. Interesting. And no rev share, it's just
no rev share, yeah.
And then last one, is that the build and release site?
That was the build and release logistics site.
So and this is like not even offering, like there's no rev share involved here.
No. But we're going to negotiate because we're extending the engagement even more.
But that was like, how much? 4.5?
That was 4.5K. So we got, I think, was 2K up front and then 1.5K for every 30 days.
Oh, wow. So, okay, you have the MRRB and this is like very low maintenance.
Yeah, we just finished the product. They loved it. And now they're looking to expand the project and probably.
So, say like 5 to 10 hours a week?
Yeah, 5 to 10, 5 hours a week.
5 hours a week. Okay, interesting. Now, in terms of double down offloading and looking at kind of quality of clients. I know that we're offboarding this client, so we can take them down to 4. But looking at like rev shares and scaling to that 50K a month mark, the reason, like, you've done amazing. You followed like all the acquisition stuff that we have, gotten a bunch of referrals because he's very good at what he does. But with just a 15% rev share, it's gonna be very difficult for you to scale to that 50K a month with just that one client on rev share. This client here, the fashion B2C client, hasn't got a huge organic. It was more of a build and release, like consulting type deal. Once again, with the marketing just to retain, it's going to be quite difficult. So in terms of your time input, looking at all of these, I would say that, you know, this B2B consulting client is like, okay, this is a green flag, especially because we can launch a high ticket for him. But the rest of them, for example, as long as this is taking 5 hours a week, that's fine. As long as it's actually taking 5 hours a week, it's fine. But if it's taking any more than that, then you're in a very, very precarious position because it's taking up a lot of mental energy. And someone as talented as you, is you simply offload those clients, follow the 80-20 rule when it comes to, okay, what are the 20% of clients that make me 80% of the money, and just focus on those, which would be probably this client here. And then spend that time obviously signing other clients. Like, you're clearly very good at getting good upfront setup. Imagine you spend all your time going for more of those compared to trying to scale clients, kind of bang your head against the wall for 10% rev share, trying to get them to 20K a month, getting paid 2K, when you could sign a new client that has much higher potential, much higher rev share potential.
Absolutely.
I think that's going to be one of your biggest unlocks. Now, when it comes to scaling clients, where is the main struggle? Maybe we could talk about this B2B consulting client.
So the initial interaction with the B2B client was that we'd have a target to scale the low ticket, which we've hit. And now we're going to, we've created a high ticket offer, and we basically need to double down and build up the thing for that.
Yeah, low ticket to high ticket. And I think paid ads is going to be a huge part of this. I think as an operator, if you're not running paid ads, you just are completely screwed. And you have, like, when you have a low ticket with a lot of like stuff in it, people are paying this guy a lot of money, and these are execs, these are people with a shit ton of money. This like ascension process could easily make you 100K just from the warm audience that you have. And you're on a 50% ratio, they're like 15K in the back there. And then cold traffic webinars, because I think it's an offer that can actually perform quite well on cold traffic with the right messaging and the right actual structure of the offer, where you have some sort of like 15K to 20K ultra high ticket, and then maybe like a 5K downsell, because these are like wealthy individuals.
Absolutely.
Would be very, very interesting. In terms of the other clients, it's just not worth scaling them. In my opinion, not worth like putting in the amount of effort that would be needed to take them from like where they are now with the fashion client on the small rev share that you're on, and you're still negotiating. It just doesn't really make sense. And I think a lot of operators that I speak to, they just can't sacrifice the client. They can't, like, they just spend too long on shit clients, really. Quality over quantity every day of the week.
Absolutely.
Now, so let's speak about acquisition. How are you currently acquiring clients?
We're doing a lot of cold calling at the moment.
You are doing a lot of cold calling.
Yeah, I mean, we as an agency are doing a lot of cold calling. We've got reps under us that are doing cold calling, and my partner's also doing cold calling as well.
And which businesses are you cold calling? Because this isn't something that I teach. This is something that
It's something where we're doing like sort of B2B sort of sales infrastructure and sales management done with you, essentially.
So more stuff like this offer.
More stuff like that offer. Okay. But in terms of the other, you know, replicating the B2B consulting stuff, we're just getting referrals at the moment. Referrals and we're pushing referral schemes with our current clients, and offering cash as incentives to get more people to.
Well, one of the biggest problems I see here is like you got 2 different businesses running here. Like this is completely different fulfillment to like running a growth op. Whereas in more sales management, I know that your talent lies more in that back end, maybe not that front end sale. Other things. So I really think for you have to rethink the agency and where it's actually going. In terms of systemizing the fulfillment. Okay, are we an agency that runs ads and does cool funnels and kind of high ticket offers, or do we do sales management? Because if not, you're going to be banging your head against the wall. Yourself and your business partner basically running 2 different businesses. And it becomes a huge problem. I've had it myself where the scope with a client just gets to the point where it's like not really kind of what we're best at, and then that split focus can kill you.
Absolutely.
So in terms of acquisition, really pick one and double down on it. Referrals are great, but we know like content is huge because it builds a brand, and that brand naturally helps with referrals. And then for me, in terms of instead of cold calling, outreach, specifically like hyper outreach, is something that I am really quite bullish on at the moment. And also looking at like mutuals in your network, and like in terms of like getting referrals or outreach to people who are mutuals, I think is one of the biggest unlocks that you can have.
100%. Yeah.
What are you doing in terms of content right now? Because I know you have some stuff.
Nothing
going on.
much. Yeah. So we're recording
the works.
It's something that works. So recording the case studies and also doubling down on YouTube and long form content.
Yeah.
But haven't really put much importance into Instagram, which I really should do. And obviously Louis teaches that with, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom funnel content for all types of clients. But it's in the works. It's in the works right now.
It's in the works. I think so. The 3 types of videos that you should be making. Number 1 is like this case study breakdowns. You've got some really good client results so far.
Yep.
My rewards, breaking them down. Because even when you're doing outreach, even when you're getting referrals, you will be able to essentially send those YouTube videos. This is what I do. I don't have a lot of, I never had a lot of subscribers when I was like first operating signing clients. But when I booked calls, on a follow-up call when I was doing a 2-call close, I would use the YouTube videos as assets. And really, it just needs to show that you know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
And then to build like more trust and those types of things, like doing in-person client interviews. I know you've met a couple of clients in person. Like, this is huge. We're literally doing it right now.
There you go.
Hopefully someone watching and see, okay, Fadi's literally here. We're hosting a mastermind. There's going to be a vlog. It might already be on my channel. And wow, okay, Louis actually knows his shit. He's actually helping his clients. They like him. Okay. Hopefully you can see that it builds so much more trust even as an agency owner. And of course, like vlog style, like if you're working day in the life, those types of things, not as important and a bit more complex than like these kind of simple videos, but it can be something that you can add like long term.
Absolutely.
And now Instagram, obviously you can chop up short form to long form, but your Instagram right now is kind of just private. You built like a significant business from basically no social media presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in terms of what I would recommend for you, simply all you need is like some sort of like achievement in terms of like what have you done. So for me it's like, okay, we've done 5 million client revenue. This was a webinar that we did in the past, but now I simply link to like YouTube down below in the description. So once you have those YouTube videos, you can have like some sort of agency thing, or you can have like where you're from. I help B2B companies with their sales infrastructure and recruitment process and hiring and training. Like you just have to pick one. Because if not, you're running 2 different businesses and it's a nightmare. And then of course, like client results, agency client results, is really all you need. And then some lifestyle images, which you have, like as you have, like in from this event.
There you go.
So much of that. And then reels, not the most important in my opinion, but just showing that you know what you're talking about, shooting them on your phone. I think is going to be a big bottleneck.
Very important.
Right now, where are you putting most of your time? Like at the moment, we discussed time, but I think that's something I want to touch on.
To me, it's mainly, so for my side, it's mainly fulfillment, and then obviously managing the reps that we have.
So you are doing more of the management, not even your business partner.
Well, it is, the business partner is doing a lot of the management. It's just I'm doing a lot of the fulfillment. So we've split it very cleanly between
when you say
in the middle.
What is
like back end like ops, and like when it comes to sort of like pages, funnels, copywriting, VSL, like all the ads, all that sort of stuff. Like that's me. And then my partner is someone that handles everything sales within the agency and within our clients.
That's good, but if you say he handles everything sales and like you're signing like this client or that client or that client, it doesn't really make sense. I really think that you need to take a stronger grip in your business, because like this client relationship, like this partner relationship is a little bit of an odd one that I haven't really seen too much before. But I really think that you need to be focusing on these 3 things, as in content, brand, outreach, all of that. And I think like a lot of the blocker towards that of like believing that you can sign your clients yourself and being able to onboard them yourself is like hiring team, like a different members of the team, like an ops person, a back-end person, which would give you more time, but also like an identity shift of like, this is literally a quote that is pulled from one of our one-on-one calls. I know I need to post content. I'm not putting urgency to it. I don't know whether I'm scared. Like for me, this is what I said 1 year ago. And posting content, recording content like this is the best thing I ever did in my business.
100%.
And it's really just an identity thing, because you go from being a person who's like, oh, I'm just like comfortable running my business behind the scenes, to someone who's putting themselves in front of the world and could see it. And that's like pretty fucking scary. But your goal is 50K a month. And I really think it's like a non-negotiable thing for you to be able to sign more clients, have more leverage, and even like attract talent to want to work with you.
Absolutely.
Now, in terms of team, this is another thing obviously we want to talk about. Let's just move this up here. You are obviously kind of the CEO or founder, and you have a sales manager, we'll call them X, and this is like everything.
He's a partner, because he did give us like two other clients that we have now. So he's doing all the acquisition, and I rely very heavily on him, and he's doing well with that.
So that's good. Sales manager plus acquisition. But I really think for you, this hire of ops and backend is like a hire that most operators are very slow to make. We have a wasp in front of the camera. Hopefully, didn't sit on the lens or anything. But essentially, it's going to take off so much more of your time, because you also should be focusing on acquisition. Like you have to be. And then
Yeah.
of course, content copywriter, I feel like, okay, you should still be doing that for now.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the next hire down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. If we're reverse, this is like something I do on nearly every onboarding call / consultant call, like I do with clients that are kind of like, okay, we're just really struggling with where I want to go. Reverse engineering the goal. So you want to hit 50K a month.
Yeah.
Right. Right now we have 5 clients, but they mostly come through setup fees of like building releases, consulting deals, a little bit of monthly recurring. Like you're going to be making 10K a month recurring, no problem.
Yeah.
But to get to 50K a month, where do we need to be at in terms of number of clients? More, right?
No, ideally I want to cut down to 2 or 3, and have them pay more.
Yes, exactly. But to find those 2 or 3.
Oh
clients,
yeah,
just
absolutely.
a
Need to
couple
find
of
more.
more.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah,
quality
for sure.
over quantity.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
terms of that.
Yeah.
So that's why I say relying on your business partner for only acquisition. I think it's so important that you should be delegating more of the ops and back end stuff and looking for these. And this shouldn't be like cold calling. This should be very, very targeted. We can help you with this specific thing. Preferably the rev share model, like as a growth op, because just running sales management, just running retainers, kind of being in the position where you're taking this money, that money, but not really having a systemized delivery is so difficult.
Yeah.
Now you want to have 2 to 3 clients, and I think you probably have one of them out of those 3 that are paying you about 15K a month each.
Yeah.
So definitely got one of them that can do that already. You might have like 5K MRR from other projects, which you have. So you need 2 more of these clients.
Yeah.
To deliver and maintain fulfillment for those clients in terms of team, we've kind of already discussed it.
Yeah.
But I think an ops / backend, like kind of VA.
Yeah.
Plus a copywriter. Now we've had some magnificent talks on copy and ads at the event we've been hosting. So you can even train your copywriter on
for sure.
my SOPs. But in terms of making those hires, are you confident in terms of like where to find like the ops or backend guy?
Yeah, I mean, the community has a lot of opportunity to connect and find people through there as well, which is huge.
I think you already have a strong network where
and
the VA.
Yeah, I mean, I've got I'm blessed to have a very strong network, but also it's just like if I was struggling, then Louis helped me with the tools to go find those people, and
And I think another thing is like you need to have the SOPs documented.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be putting your time into all of these individual things for clients when your highest leverage thing is building the SOPs and delegating to a team.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I have done. And that's like, if you're hitting 50K a month, you have to do it.
Absolutely.
And then of course, content. What is the 50K a month version of you doing? They're posting content.
Posting content, yeah.
So a YouTube video a week is like kind of like a non-negotiable. I am keeping up with that pretty much completely. And then also, just a few reels on the bit, like reels.
Yeah, couple laughing videos.
A couple reels, a reel here and there just to make sure people know you're still alive, and consistent Instagram stories.
For sure.
Is really all you need.
Yeah.
Because you're very good at what you do. I know that with ads and like webinars for, I think that the current B2B consultant client, you're going to rip. It's like a timing thing. Okay, you're going to be launching soon.
Absolutely.
But you need to move with more speed.
There you go. That's it. Speed.
What's blocking you from moving with more speed?
I guess it's just sort of obviously the consulting client's been taking a lot more time recently, just because we're building out a full high-tech offer from scratch, and we're basically trying.
There's a little bit of pause with the client.
Yeah.
On the client
there's been some back and forth, and that comes with every sort of client, some issues back and then, but. We're very, very confident we could take it to the next level, but that's sort of the thing that's been blocking me. And also it's a thing of being busy rather than being productive,
I felt that a lot, especially when you're bogged down in those low leverage tasks. So those hires, it's like sacrificing a little bit of cash flow. I think cash flow is so important. So I know coming to this event, it's a little bit expensive. Locking in, really just, focusing on cash flow from clients. You have like good MRR coming in.
Yep,
so
definitely.
Being able to sacrifice that into team is going to be really, really big.
100%.
And then I think clarity on we do this one thing is, and I think we've spoken about that a lot on calls. So.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm excited, and I know with Louis how, especially with my confidence.
The last 3 months have been like,
it's been
he's like, where were you when we started?
Bro, when I started, I literally had to
didn't have any clients. These 5 clients have come like basically in the past couple of months.
I didn't have any. I had to afford one because my delivery wasn't great. And through sort of the structure, sort of getting the clarity, and also like knowing exactly what I needed to do, it was just like up and then it just fell into place. So
that's still, I mean, that's like there's still obviously a lot of issues. We still face a lot of problems. Like in our agency and stuff internally, but Fadid, I hope to see you at the end of the year.
Yes, sir.
50K a month, at least 1 month.
God willing, bro. God willing.
Getting that consistently through the rev share model is going to be the most important thing.
Absolutely.
So thanks for watching. I'll leave Fardid's links to his Instagram where he will have hopefully some reels posted.
Hopefully.
By the time.
But follow me even though I'm private.
By the time this video goes live, he'll have some reels posted. And you're
Appreciate
going to be recording here
Yeah.
in this lovely background.
There we go.
Some
case studies.
case studies because you have got amazing client results.
There we go.
So
Yes, sir.
pleasure.
Appreciate
Let's smash it.
Thank you.